So originally it was like 50-50 if I was going to make a YouTube sports card Hall of Fame video. And I thought about it when I went on my long run this weekend. And I decided I ended up needed to make this video. There's going to be no special editing associated with it, but I do have a list of 10 channels here. The reason why, though, I was kind of like 50-50 on it, number one, is I don't get to watch much YouTube content anymore. I watched a ton of content when I was in middle school or even high school, and did that help develop me into like collecting cardboard? Probably. And we'll talk about like one or two of these channels a little bit later on. But regardless, content on YouTube or social media in general does help get people into the hobby and helps them be engaged. So I look more at these videos as like kind of showcasing other channels that have done a great job. And I'm going to expand out a little bit my criteria more than just on like the YouTube side of things, but also things that they do within and then kind of community wise as well. And then the second reason why I was kind of like 50-50 on it is I know it's a sports card Hall of Fame, but it's mainly just baseball cards and stuff like that. And don't wrong, like I've collected baseball cards the majority of my life, but I don't really collect baseball cards anymore. Granted, I still have some baseball cards in my collection, but I really find foreign issue cards and non-sports like my specialty and what I'm actually interested in. Like 50s through 70s tops doesn't interest me. Like most T206 cards, unless it's like a scarce back, they don't interest me. Gaudi cards, they don't interest me. And maybe it's a little burnout from seeing those all the time at card shows, but like I like the chase. I like trying to find out more information about releases that like no one knows about. Like I find that interesting, and a lot of sports cards, like it's all documented. Like if you want to learn anything about baseball cards, that information is out there. Non-sports, it's not. So we'll go through this list, and the first channel over here is, or the first two channels are both dealers slash collectors within the Florida card show scene, and I definitely wanted to represent locally. I know like when they have Hall of Fame ballots, they always have some local votes, so I'm gonna do two local votes, and that's gonna be PDAS and also Michael Ham. They both have YouTube channels. PDAS, funny enough, I might have watched his YouTube content back in middle school, and I say might have. I mean, I was very young. There's one channel I know for sure I did watch back then, but been creating content for 15 years. The one thing that is it's really awesome though at card shows is he shows people the differences between counterfeit cards and also real cards, which I wish more dealers did. I don't know for sure if he sets up at all the larger shows. I know he does in Florida, but like that, I think that needs to happen more often. One of the classic examples is a fake dual autograph from basketball. It's like a Shaquille O'Neal. I can't remember who the other guy is on the card. It's blinking right now, but either way, both these guys are going to get my vote. Up next, he's wanted to make the Hall of Fame, and he definitely deserves it. So these two YouTubers kind of classified together in the same type of category of videos, and it's going to be Sports Card Dad and then also Neo Cards and Comics. They put so much time into their YouTube channels covering all the different news and making pretty much daily videos. And unless you really make YouTube videos, you don't realize how much of a grind that is. Even if you have like zero editing and you just talk to a camera, people are always going to make mistakes talking to a camera, but also you have still to make the thumbnail. You still got to upload the video. Like there's so much work involved into it. I think both have like well over 1,000 videos on their channel, which is a ton on the YouTube side of things. And definitely a lot of people watch their content and have stayed in the hobby and been engaged because of that. So both of them are going to be there. And also I've talked to both these guys at the National a few times as well. Number 5 as well is Sports Card Nation. And that's John Newman over there. Has a podcast, has had a few other type of podcasts where other channels get together every single week. Super engaged in the hobby. And I was actually kind of surprised he wasn't in here yet. So there's that. Number 6 is Flipping Steve. So one of the only other YouTubers out here that talks about music cards. So that alone gets my vote, but also what he does every year for the national giveaway. But I'm at multiple card shows as well. True passion. And like the thing with this list too, looking at it is I want to vote on people that would be in the hobby 5 or 10 years from now, or even making content on that side of things. And I think everyone so far on this list would kind of fit that mold. There's a few people coming up that I'm not familiar with, or I don't really know that well. So Not 100% sure there. One other person though, I do need to say, like on the known side of things, is Scotty B Cards. I think he's the best YouTuber on the modern cards side of things. Actually educates people and tries to help people understand, like, don't always follow the hype. Look at the statistics behind a player and also the set that's being produced. And that's greatly appreciated because there's too many people in the modern side of things that just completely follow the hype. And I think he's the best modern YouTuber. So Scotty B gets my vote. So the next three channels, I really don't know these people. So we'll go through in order. The first one, I wanted to throw an oddball in over here because if you're watching this video, first off, like it's the showcase of their channels. I have no idea who this person is yet either. But I recently got into a little bit of postcards. I went to my first ever postcard show and I started watching this guy's channel probably about 2 months ago. And I know I said I don't watch much content on the card side of things. I did want to learn a little bit about postcards before going to this card show or postcard show. And that's going to be SM Postcards. A lot of videos on there as well, breaking down postcards by categories. So just wanted to watch a few videos to see how his thought process went, but he seems to be like one of the leaders on postcards on YouTube, so that got my vote there. And postcards do count as sports cards because there's a lot of them out there in the early 1900s that are slabbed. So I mean, I even own one myself from 1905. Next one. So I know for a fact I watched his box breaking videos back when I was in middle school, and that's going to be Cards Infinity, making content forever. Look, I don't open up wax packs, but like back in middle school, I found it really fascinating just to go home after a long day at school and just watch box breaking videos. And I'd watch an hour or two every day. So Cards Infinity has that. And then lastly, the fan vote was collector, investor, dealer. I know he's one of the bigger sports card channels on there. I literally only met him for like 5 seconds at the Philly show. But that's about it. So those are the 10 channels on here. Petaz, Michael Ham, Sports Card Dad, Neo Cards and Comic, Sports Card Nation, Flipping Steve, SM Postcards, Cards Infinity, Scotty B Cards, and then the fan vote that I asked you guys on was collector, investor, dealer. So good luck to everyone that is going for the Sports Card Hall of Fame, and I will catch you guys in another video.